Trevor Scott, I am here, yes, loud and clear. We haven't quite got the submarine here yet, but Barmera Monash is where we are, the lakeside in Barmera. Round 10 Riverland Football League action. We've had to set up what you'd call an ad hoc arrangement in the commentary box this afternoon, but certainly not ad hoc is Nobby Norton, who's with me. Nobby, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lockie. Good afternoon, everyone. What does ad hoc mean, anyway?
It means you've
I
put it on.
I don't know. You like your hock.
Yeah.
It's not something you drink, is it?
Yeah.
I think it means you do something where you improvise and you do things on the spot. Our usual broadcasting position is currently, Trevor, needing a little bit of roofing. So as they say in the classics, do your best, silicon the rest. And we might have to see how we go this week. But in the meantime, a great game of footy is in front of us. Nobby, the A-grade side's warming up at the moment, and it's going to be wet all afternoon.
Yeah, it will be. Look, it's a pretty good spot we're watching from just the same, Lockie, up here in the top of the Barmera Monash Football Club rooms. And very good. Interesting strip from the Barmera boys today, sporting the all mauve strip, could I say?
Yeah, mauve is the colour, a light shade of purple if you were wondering what that is. Supporting Wellbeing, their Wellbeing Committee here at the Barmera Monash Football Club, doing some great work, and every grade today donning this special Guernsey, so great to see nonetheless. And all things considered, a very healthy crowd in here this afternoon at the Lakeside.
Yeah, great crowd, and I think Riverland football followers follow it every week regardless of the conditions, and they're out again today. And we're looking at Barmera Monash, who have won 8 games in a row since dropping the very first game of the season. They have not been beaten. Loxton North back in form after last week. I thought we were there, Lockie, and I thought some of their younger players would have gained a bit of confidence from last week's win, because they had to fight it out all the way to the end and come over the top of the Tigers, and they were probably finishing better.
Yeah, they certainly couldn't rest last week. A couple of late changes this morning as well for Barmera Monash. Luke Thomas out of the side. In comes Tyler Whitbourne for his first A-grade game for the Barmera Monash Roos, which is great to see. And for Loxton North, Jackson Lloyd is out. In comes Jonah Wooldridge, also, I believe, for his first A-grade game.
Yep, that's good. Good to see a couple of guys making their debuts. And the Lirrup Hardnut not in today?
No, not sure what the situation is there, but the pen was through his name on the team sheet, and hurriedly written underneath it was Jonah Wooldridge, the number 26. So.
Yeah, well, look, interesting. I saw a half of football that Loxton North played up at Renmark in very similar conditions that we have today against the Renmark side, and they ended up losing convincingly, but for a quarter and a half, almost a half of game, they were very, very competitive and handled the conditions quite well.
I'm just looking at something here quickly, Nobby Norton, and this is a big story. Loxton North warming up, Scott Lewis coming to the bench limping. I did see a couple of officials from Loxton North head to the Barmera Monash bench. Now, the rules that I'm aware of, you can do a change right up until the first siren, so I think someone who has just played reserves is going to get the tap on the shoulder to keep the Guernsey on.
Yeah, well, that's a big out for the Panthers, because I was just about to say, Lockie, that the difference between the two sides is when you look at the Barmera Monash lineup, they have some bigger body players, and none more so than Mason Middleton. You look through their list. The Austin boys are sizable lads, not to mention the two Bonnie boys are fairly well put together. And I know they look a little bit bigger in that mauve, in that light colour. It doesn't necessarily flatter their figures, but look, they have the stronger bodies. It's their home track. The only thing I'm hoping is that the Panthers might have taken some experience from the game they played against Renmark in similar conditions and don't throw the ball around like it's a dry day.
Too true, too true. The last wet weather game we saw was just 2 weeks ago, and we were at Loxton that day, and Wakery's foot speed was evident on what you would think would be a day that would have suited the bigger bodies. So it's going to be one to watch this afternoon, that's for sure. Underfoot, Nobby, just having a bit of a look around, it could be a little bit slippery out there.
Well, there's some ground underwater in the northern end of the Barmera Monash Oval, so there's a few puddles there, which would be fantastic if you're playing under 11s or under 12s and want to slide around in it, but not so good for the seniors. But the other thing I was going to say about wet weather footy, Lockie, and it's going all the way back to the dim dark days when I played. One handball, kick it. Don't try and finesse it around too much. And if you're going to handball towards your goals, so that if it is not taken cleanly, you can keep pushing the ball towards your goals. But your point about the foot speed, here at Barmera Monash, there's plenty of room at this oval to shoot the ball out wide. And you don't need to kick it to someone. You just need to kick it to the wings to space and let your younger, quicker, faster players run onto it.
Too true. Just watching what's going to happen with Loxton North here. Haven't seen any other player emerge from the change rooms as yet, but the way Scott Lewis was walking there, I don't think he'll be taking part in this game this afternoon.
Looked like a leg injury to me, Lockie.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, that's for sure. The team's just going through their final warm-ups at the moment. Of course, it is Riverland football. Thanks to the Riverland Motor Group and, of course, McDonald's Renmark. And goal of the day is now back, Nobby, because Berry Better have got on board because you can kick plenty of goals at Berry Better.
I'm so glad you mentioned Berry Better, Lockie, because I was in there this morning and I know Sean listens to the program because he told me he does. So, good afternoon, Sean. And lots of people in there. It wasn't just for the end of financial year sales that they got on, but I'll tell you what, it's not a bad place to go and have a look around if you can keep your hands in your pocket and your wife's hands off your credit card.
Absolutely. So a big shout out to the team at Berry Better getting on board the goal of the day. Speaking of the goal of the day, how many are going to win this game today? Do you think you can win it with 6?
Well, that's right up Barmera's Avenue, really, isn't it? Although, to their credit, they have been a far more higher scoring side with the players like John O'Beach and co on board, who are regular goal scorers. Look, I think 10 wins it. If you can get to 10, I'll put it this way, I don't think Loxton North can manage that. What did they kick last week? 8 goals?
Yes.
But a lot of points.
It was 8-12, something like that, yeah.
But it's one of those games, look, for me, I'm really looking for the Panthers to finish off from where they did last week with a fair bit of confidence, their younger blokes to take the game on and to make sure that they don't try and overuse the ball like young fellas will, because they don't get to play in these conditions too much. Here comes your replacement player, Lockie.
That's Zach Nitschke.
Yeah,
into the side. That'd be his first OGO game for the year, I would have thought. Played a few years ago, so he's got the call up.
Number 2, Zach Nitschke.
Into the side. How's that getting the call? So obviously it can happen. You can make a change right up until the first siren.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you couldn't once you'd handed in your team sheets. But to be honest, in a game like this, country footy, where you get on pretty well with the other teammates, why would you want to not let someone replace someone before the ball's thrown up?
Too true. It goes without saying. All the clubs, while there's a bit of rivalry on the field, behind the scenes, very much doing the right thing for Riverland footy. Taking a look around the grounds this afternoon, just quickly, we spoke about this today, but the Berry Demons hosting the Waikerie Magpies, of course, we'll get some updates there this afternoon. And also the Loxton Tigers taking on Renmark, both games with a bit of intrigue.
Yeah, and I think the conditions will perhaps give the Tigers a bit of a chance against Renmark, although Renmark, they have the numbers around the ball and they do play good wet weather football, which I've seen. So they'll be up against it, the Tigers, although, if they want to stay in the hunt for a top 4 finish with Waikerie and the Panthers, every game is important. It's important not only to try and win it, it's important to not lose by too much, because percentage is going to be a particular issue, more so for Loxton and Waikerie, who hold a good percentage advantage over Loxton North. Loxton North will need to beat those two sides again to get into the 4.
And it goes without saying, those middle of the ladder teams that are battling it out, if they can jag a win against Barmera Monash or Renmark, that will do them a lot of favours.
Sure,
before
we'll
we hit the finals.
Hey, perfect conditions for Acaso and today in over the ball, and for Mason Eckerman, the mud crab. He will have a great day in these conditions, I reckon. It's right up his alley.
Cannot wait. This is Riverland football on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group and McDonald's Renmark. The siren has sounded. Army surplus spec, but we love it here at the Lakeside. Tap doesn't go too far. That was Middleton in there, and we'll go again.
Middleton and Hample both in ruck for their respective sides, and Hamp's coming off a pretty good game last week, got the Panthers over the line.
Both teams trying to duke it out. It's Barmera Monash that get one handball, and then a second. Went to ground, working through traffic, back to Middleton, heads wide to the Barwell Avenue end, and the Barmera Monash Roos trying to work it through. A good tackle from Loxton North.
Yeah, and
held it up.
And the big body Roos in amongst it already in Middleton and Austin, and then, of course, Drugamulla.
Another ball up, still in the centre square. We haven't gone too far, and your man there, Acaso, holding it in.
Yep, tackle number 1, you count them. It'll be double figures plus a few. You'll be taking your shoes and socks off to count them, Lockie.
It's another ball up. Good tap from Hampel. Found space, but it found the Barmera Monash ruse. Umpire's called free for an incorrect disposal.
Pretty harsh in these wet conditions, but never the same. One handball, one kick. That's better from the Panthers.
Nelson with the kick. Finds the 4 of Zach Kelly. Just tries to shake his opponent. Ball heads wide, and it's found Barmera Monash.
Hit Justin Bonney right on the chest. He brings it back into the middle to Druggamulla. Look, Barmera Monash looking to go up the middle. No, shoot it out wide. The switch is on to town side to Sam Butterworth. He drives it up the wing.
Hit the deck, looking for Jono Beach, and that's gone over the boundary line. And we'll have our first ball win for the day here at the Lakes on 5RM Football.
Now there's a contest to watch, Lockie. Cody Vuma against Jono Beach today. Keep an eye on it. Cody, the Loxton North skipper, probably had the best of Loxton coach Luke Harder last week. Let's see how he goes today.
Ball in, went over the back. Hampel picked it up off the deck and had a kick. We saw a few of these last week. It's found Barmera Monash. Justin Proud tried to get the tackle. Barmera Monash able to clear it through the middle. It's found Moore. Barmera Monash going on the switch. Inside 50, the first one of the day. Mason Eckerman got his hands on it for Loxton North. Hampel's back to the centre. That was Hampel that kicked it, but it found his direct opponent in Middleton. Oh, play on's the goal.
Not 15, play on. And the umpires then said, I'll have it now. Middleton's still arguing with the umpire that he thought it travelled far enough, but let me tell you, Mason, the bloke in the green shirt's always right.
Ball up. Mason Middleton gets a good tap away, but it didn't go too far, and we'll go again.
Yeah, the big fella Middleton having a bit of a presence, but they've got their hands full, these two blokes, but he's managing to get hold of it. Tries to bring it clear from the pack, but Loxton North first hands on it. Carso with it again. These are his conditions today.
Straight into the centre. It's a bit of a mud pit where the cricket pitch is. Barmera Monash, a couple of loose players. They're going to get wrapped up. That's holding the ball. Ryan Proud.
And this is how Loxton North started against Renmark in the wet conditions. Their pressure around the ball was very good. It's just how long can they keep it up for?
Barmera Monash had no idea that was coming behind. Loxton North now drive it inside 50, just spills forward, and they try to clear it out. A couple of quick handballs back to Hampel for kick number 4 of the day.
Ooh, went against rule number 1, don't handball to the ruckman, but it was the only option, and he did well with it, the big fella.
Ryan Proud went to back around, he went to ground, and will get a ball up just outside the painted 50.
Gee, these are his conditions today too, Ryan Proud. Good balance, big body, very clever player. Watch out for him to get on the board a few times today for the Panthers if they're going to trouble Barmera.
So ball up, still outside. Loxton North's attacking 50. A couple of quick handballs out to Zach Wooldridge from Loxton North. The kick was smothered. Barmera Monash trying to handball this one around. Too many handballs, Nobby Norton. I'm calling it already.
Yeah, from the mauve side or the blue side?
I think the mauve side.
Yeah, that's the difference. You see, some of these young fellas, you don't play much in the wet up here in the Riverland, and when you do, sometimes it's hard to adjust your game style.
Too true. I mean, we've had 2 wet games this year. There'd be some seasons where we wouldn't have any.
That means we've had 2 in the last 2 years, probably.
Too true. Loxton North still in this one. Still no team to score on the Value Care scoreboard. Just over 4 minutes gone, first quarter.
Yep, and 0-0 nil-all draw at this stage. Up goes the ball again. Hampel gets his hand to it this time. Tries for Picasso. Can't get it clear of the pack. Picasso back in for it.
Umpire's called
holding the ball this time, yeah.
Holding the ball. He went to ground.
He did take a few steps with it, tried to break out of the pack. When you have that, that's prior opportunity.
Wellington finds Sampson. Wasn't 15. Play on the call. Brings the ball inboard to the centre and finds Moore again.
Straight on with it, Moore down the middle. Looking for a key forward and finds Beach.
Yeah, and it's going to be a free.
Yeah, Vuma just a little bit late on the contest and probably chopped his arm. So Beach getting a shot at goal from 30 out. Look, I reckon this is about as far as you'd want to kick it here today with a wet ball.
No breeze to speak of this afternoon here at the Lakeside, though.
No, big puddle of water in the goal square in front of the goal ump. What's the chances of him ending up being in it at some stage today?
I think that's a good call. These mauve Guernseys might not be that colour at the end of the day. Ball's on the way. Looks good off the boot. Umpire didn't move.
Yeah, no trouble with that one.
And that's the first score of the day to the Barmera Monash Roos on the Value Care scoreboard.
Yeah, value for kicks, Jono Beach. Of course, we know he's played footy at a very high level, mostly in Sandford, but also for the Crows, and disposal, one of his assets, other than his ability to move to the right space and to move at the right time.
So just checking the inside 50s, both teams with 2 so far. Barmera Monash with the 1 goal as a result.
Yeah, look, Loxton North are competitive around the footy, around the contest, and as long as they can manage that and keep doing that, they will keep the pressure on the Roos and make them earn every goal they get.
Ball back to the centre. We'll see another ball up. Just over 6 minutes played, first quarter. It was Middleton that had 2 bites at the cherry when it came to the tap. And finds Albrecht. Ball goes to ground. Spilios dived on it, and so did Shapley. Still wobbling out. Umpires letting this one go a bit until the whistle.
Yeah, lucky to get away with that, Shapley. Dragged it back in, but what else can you do on a wet day? You can't take it in your hands. Hit out by Middleton this time. Out wide. Zach Waldridge first to it. Gets back onto his left. One handball to Petch. Tries to get it back in. It wasn't Petch. It was Cooper. Yeah, it was Cooper Petch. In the back ump. Oh, no. Down he goes. Waldridge onto the ball. Gets it forward for the Panthers. But coming through from half back was Fraser Sampson. Gets on the ball. Switches it straight away wide. And finds Dylan Petch on the chest. Not something you'd normally see Sampson do, turn that ball over. Ball back into Zach Waldridge at a half-back for Loxton North.
Yeah, doing the old zigzag approach. Yeah. Zach just holding it up for a sec. Probably the right thing to do. It's a short kick. It's hit the deck. Barmera Monash will dive on it. That might be in the back. No, it's not.
That was the point I was trying to make before the game started. Those little 20-metre passes down the middle, short footy, he could have kicked that 40 metres. That could be going into their forward line.
So ball up, not far from the centre square. Good tap from Hampel. That was a punch.
Yeah, great tap out.
Held on to him, but play on's the call. Fraser Sampson tried to pick it up. He couldn't. And we'll go again.
Oh. Yep, after the umpire had blown the whistle, Justin Proud threw Fraser Sampson to the ground unnecessarily. Sampson up, shoots the ball out wide to half-back. Ball comes forward to Jack Albrecht, making plenty of ground. He'd be enjoying not having to tag anyone today, wouldn't he?
Albrecht into the inside, into 50. Don't know if it was touched or not. It was Josh Nelson that tried to paddle it forward. Now Shapley shakes around a couple of players, loose on the ground.
See, there's my point again. Shapley did not have to hand that off. He should have just whacked it on the beat. Oh, nice mark by Waldridge in a pack with the wet ball.
It's Monty Wall there, the defender for Loxton North. Now
out to Zach Kelly. You'd say I'm putting him down as one of the most improved Panther players I've seen in the few games we've watched.
They all flew up. It was Coney in there today and unable to get a grab on it. Yep, one of the Murrayville under-18s. Is that Kelly?
Is he?
Playing for Loxton North, yeah.
I'll tell you what, he'd be enjoying his move up here.
Back in the middle it is. Didn't go too far. Zach Waldridge tried to crumb it. Now Barmera Monash through Butterworth tried to go through the wall, and that's holding the ball.
That is a really good call by the umpire because he ducked into that and she was onto it.
Oh, Jonah Waldridge handball to Nelson. Good kick from Nelson. The experience counts on days like today. Just outside the painted 50, Shapley tried to back turn through. Umpire says my ball.
Gee, there's a player who likes the conditions, Angus Shapley. He took the ball, took hold of it, and wasn't going to give it up without a decent tackle on him.
Hampel taps into the 50. There was Joe Worsfold. Got a kick to the centre of the 50, but it was intercepted.
This time by Jamison Whitbourne, I think. Shoots it out wide.
Now it's Barmera Monash taking the main street wing, trying to get around the player, doing a little bit of shadow boxing there.
That was nice work by Dylan Petch. Sort of corralled him. He had to shoot it back to Butterworth at half-back, who still has nowhere to go. Out comes Sampson, tries to give him an option running past, looks up and shoots the ball, and they managed to get that out of defence. Dan Wesley, I reckon, with it. Is it, Lockie?
Just have a look at a sec. I believe it could be.
Or Spilios. Left footer.
Drives it still outside to half forward. Loose footy heading for the boundary. Here's Dan Wesley now, I reckon.
Yeah, it is.
Kicks into the attacking 50.
Yeah, nice spoil there by Vumard. Beach pushing him back and away from the ball, but he reached in around him with a clean fist and managed to keep it away. Gee whiz, that's a good contest to watch here at the game today, Lockie.
Just over 10 and a half minutes gone. First quarter Riverland football on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group. Ranger and Everest in stock for immediate delivery. East Terrace, Loxton. Ball in. Can Barmera Monash make something out of this? And we'll go again.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much the quarterback can have his normal effect in Josh Nelson today with the wet weather.
We had a great day last week at Loxton North.
Oh, nice hit out there from Middleton. In trouble, Wooldridge
Oh.
gets it clear.
Handballs over the top. Vumart nearly...
Spilius tight in this pocket on his left foot. They're in the water.
Joel Worsfold, the web feet.
Yeah, nice work from Joel.
He kept his feet and everyone else was slipping around. So
He's trying to coax the boundary umpire into the water to throw it in. He didn't want to go in there.
And he's gone, you need a life jacket in a boat this size.
Or some gum boots.
Ball in, still in. Barmera Monash is attacking 50, goes towards the goal square. Joel Worsfold from Loxton North got his hands on it, and we'll have another ball up.
Yeah, big game for him today. Big day for him. He needs to have an influence in there like he normally does.
Ball up. Middleton got his hands on it, and we'll go again. You almost wonder, these conditions, if Loxton North can keep this up and stay within a couple of kicks, that'll give them a bit of optimism heading towards the end of this game.
Well, there we go. Ball comes clear of the pack to Dylan Petch. Hurries it through for a rush behind. Had nowhere else really to go, and probably a clever thing to do, a percentage play. Josh Nelson to bring this ball back into play for Loxton North. Down the middle as far as he can go, and finds all on his own. Michael Scott, is it?
Yeah, Monty Wall.
Monty Wall. Having a good start to the game, Monty.
Ryan Proud, the target. Good
Yeah.
mark, and that could be the mark of the day so far.
Yeah.
There hasn't been too many. Wheels around quickly, looking for Zach Nitschke, the target.
He
He's
pulls it
marked
in.
it. He's just played a full game of B grade, gets the call up.
Well, he's warmed up, ready to go. Right size body too to bring into the side.
He gets onto it quickly, drills it into the 50 and finds a Loxton North player all on his own, and that is Jonah Wooldridge. He turns around, kicks to centre the footy,
Yeah.
punches forward. Can Loxton North make something out of this?
That was the right place to take it.
They can't. Barmera Monash clear it out, and they take the footy to the lakeside wing, Nobby Norton.
Yeah, nice exit for Barmera Monash. Out to Fraser Douglas, who looks up on that left foot and hits Middleton right on the chest on centre wing in front of the commentary box.
It's told to hurry it along. Looks for Wesley. He bumped his opponent and gets a couple of metres spare. Went to go inboard. Has to reassess the situation. A wobbly handball over the top. Intercept from the Panthers. That'll be a free kick. That's a sling tackle. I'm sorry. In the modern rules, that should have been a free.
That is the same umpire that gave Fraser Sampson a kick down there for the same tackle. Needs to be consistent. That's all we can ask for. Drug him onto his left foot. Couldn't get the ball into attack. One dodge and a kick out by Loxton North.
So now a sling tackle has been played.
Yeah,
okay.
I reckon that's the square up there myself, but well done.
Jonah Wooldridge with another kick for the day. The possessions are racking up for the young Panther.
Nice kick too, down the wing.
Middleton the target. Handballs over the top. Hurries to the boundary line. Joel Worsfold sitting on it. We'll get a ball up.
Yep. Look, like you said, North need to maintain this pressure, but it's not easy to do.
It's a free kick here, or maybe not. So we're going to get a ball up. Righto. Okay. So, ball up. Mason Middleton with the tap forward, but it was Zach Wooldridge that got a kick away. Justin Proud takes it over the boundary line, and we'll have a ball in.
Yeah, that's better wet weather football from the Panthers. Much better. Onto the boot straight away. I know it's difficult with the rules they're now playing where last disposal out of bounds. But you just got to take the risk. Middleton getting on top in the middle. Jonah Wooldridge takes that ball out, gets it to Josh Nelson, who shoots it forward.
Yeah,
Holding the ball, fair enough.
That was Zach Kelly that got wrapped up there. So it's going to be Bonnie with the free kick, Nobby.
Yeah.
Takes it inboard and just holding up for a second, Barmera Monash.
Yeah, look, the Panthers manning up quite well and not giving him any easy outs. Josh Nelson, the spare back here. Masood up and contest.
Tackle from Wooldridge. That was Jonah. Masood Akaso diving on the footy again.
Yeah, once that ball hits the deck, you'd have to say the Panthers are a bit keener at the moment.
I think they sniff it, Nobby. The incentive is there on a day like today. And that's a free kick every day of the week.
No.
Wrapped up.
No, he's been paid for slamming him to the ground.
That's what I mean. The sling tackle. That's not holding the ball. In 1970, that would have been holding the ball.
Yeah. Might have been holding the ball last year. Look, I'm fine with that. Consistency is all we're looking for.
Justin Proud tries to shake the footy over the line, and he does, and we'll get a ball in.
Hey, look, some of the younger Loxton North players have started this game very well. None more so than probably Jonah Wooldridge. Having a great little game here.
He's got an incentive. He's had the call up. He's had to work hard through the bees this year.
He's got a big job too. He's chasing around Ben Drugamuller.
Mace Eckerman there wrapped him up, but he didn't have the footy play on's the cool. Barmera Monash now work it up to their 50. John O'Beach the target. Good tap from Vomard, but it's found Wesley. Wesley runs into the 50, takes a bounce, it spills forward. You never bounce on a wet day. Cody Vomard wraps it up, and that is a win to Loxton North there.
Look, Monty Wall's got his hands full there with young Wesley, because Wesley completely outsmarted him. He was flat-footed at the wrong side of the pack. When you're a defender, you've got to get defensive side of the ball.
Loxton North try to clear it out. Great work from Judge Sherpig.
This time he's gone. Good tackle by Sampson. Wrapped up one arm. He had no option.
Wesley could have been on for the very better goal of the day, but you never bounce on a wet day. That was what my under-10s coach told me, Nobby.
I reckon he had another 5 metres to run before he could have just... I would have had a kick along the ground, I reckon, and then picked it up again.
Well, he would have been only 30 out when he lost the bounce.
Sampson normally plays most of his footy across the back line, but I'll tell you what...
It's drifting.
Not a bad kick for Barmera Monash's second goal, and the second goal of the match to Fraser Sampson. Takes the score to Barmera Monash, 2 goals, 1-13. Loxton North yet to score. The amount of play the Panthers had forward of centre, but not in their 50, they probably deserve that. This is going to be the problem. They need to get it long and as quick as they can inside their forward 50 if they're going to trouble Barmera Monash in terms of the scoreboard. Barmera Monash, you've got a feeling they're starting to grind into the game in the wet conditions.
Barmera Monash kicking to the Bowls Club end.
To the lake end. The lake in the goal square end.
Oh, right. So we've got Lake Bonnie behind us. Are you going to call that Lake Bonnie Junior in the goal square here at Loxton North? No, at Barmera Lakeside today.
I'm going to call it Lake Bonnie North.
I like it. Tap over the back from Middleton. No one read that one other than Loxton North.
Gets it on the boot, gets it forward. That's the way. They need to man up and run with their players.
Ball heads to the Barwell Avenue wing.
On the wing. Chris Bonney taking the chest mark on the wing for Barmera Monash. Looks up. Now he'll drive it 40 metres forward at the worst, and he does.
Taps forward. Loxton North hungry for it. Joe Worsfold there, and we'll go again.
Yeah, North holding up well across half back, but just not. I don't reckon they're holding up on their half forward line. They're not putting enough pressure on to hold the ball in.
Getting close to the 20-minute mark in this first quarter. Back to the centre, the footy goes.
3 minutes of play left, Lockie. Can the Panthers trouble the scoreboard? Because they need to. You can't keep, losing every quarter by 2, because you know what that amounts to at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
But early days.
Matsutakaso tried to run onto it. It spills forward, managed to paddle it forward, just gets it on the boot with the soccer forward. And now Loxton North getting towards their attacking 50. They need to get something out of this quarter, but Barmera Monash's half-back line does it again and clears it out.
Nice spoil from Sherpick there. Worsfold comes out with a handball to Akaso, who goes forward long. That's the way to centre half forward.
That's probably the biggest kick of the game so far. And they're going to hold it in their attacking 50, Loxton North. And as you said, with less than 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, and that was Shapley again. He doesn't give the ball back. If he can get a hold of it, he doesn't like giving it back at all.
A Hampel taps forward. It's a big tap forward. Out in front of Loxton North. Shapley, can he pick it up cleanly? He can't. Tries to dive on it and hold it in. There's a bit of desperation out there from the visiting Panthers. Tackled it is. Not holding the ball. Akaso wobbles it towards the goals. Can Loxton North make something out of this?
Rush point.
Barmera Monash waste no time in clearing it out, and they've gone to the far side.
Yeah, with where they have numbers too. Out off half back. Look up to the wing. Got Beach all on his own right up at the wing there. That's what he'll have to do to run Vumard around to get him away from the back lines. Beach drives it long to the forward line towards Chris Bonney. Couldn't get his hands on it. Out it comes from the Panthers. Kick to Cooper Petch. Takes the kick on half-back for Panthers. Looks up and drives it up to the wing.
Good. They all flew up. No one able to mark it. Loxton North trying to crumb it forward. A wobbly handball over the top. Heading towards Barmera Monash's attacking end.
He was looking to handball to Hampel again. I might need to get out there and tell those boys about Rule 1 in football. Through goes Wooldridge again.
That's Jonah.
Jonah, yep.
Looks for...
Picasso doesn't muck around with it this time. Onto the boot, forward to Proud in a one-on-one contest.
I think
Ooh.
Mitch Wellington,
Yeah,
I think, is
Wellington.
his direct opponent.
Yeah, Wellington beat him to the ball there. All he had to do was get that ball past, and Proud was all over it. But good play by Wellington.
I think Wellington might have a couple of K an hour.
Oh, yellow card coming out here.
What have we got going on here?
Yellow card out from the umpire.
Just to see who's going to come off with this one.
Looks
Is
like
it
Ryan Proud.
Right, okay. So was that for a late tackle on Wellington, or was it for language?
I think it might have been, I didn't see it, but I think it might have been a high tackle perhaps off the ball.
So Ryan Proud's just taking his time to go off the field.
Now, do they have to wait for the replacement to come back on? Is it like the blood rule?
I don't actually know with that one.
Because if it is, it's obviously time off with less than a minute to play. Yeah.
I mean, if this was the reserves, it'd be a great ploy.
So there was a 50-metre penalty involved as well. So obviously a high tackle, late high tackle, I'm going to guess, Lockie.
Well, I might check in with that one at quarter time. Another player coming on, Jasper Hutchinson, coming onto the field. So Ryan Proud will have the first bit of the second quarter on the bench.
Sampson takes the ball forward into the Barmera Monash forward line. Petch again back there. Gets it on the boot. All they need to do here is to hang on a sec.
It's Wellington.
And they'll be right.
Wrapped up by Worsfold, and we'll have a ball up.
So the score here, Barmera Monash 2 goals, 1-13 to Loxton North 1 point. A 2-goal lead to the Roos as we approach quarter time.
Loxton North now clear it out of their defensive 50, but it's only Fowles half back, and there it is. Quarter time at the Lakeside on the Value Care scoreboard. Barmera Monash 2-1-13.
I reckon you could give Fraser 2 kicks from here and he wouldn't make it. Having a kick after the siren.
He's going the barrel.
Yeah, the wobbler, I call that.
Yeah, it's what you have a bit of fun before trading. Just on the Value Care scoreboard, it's Loxton North with one behind. They trail Barmera Monash 2-1-13. We'll throw back to the Connectus 5RM Sideline View studio with Trevor Scott.
would know these conditions would be right up his alley, I tell you.
Certainly would be. Here we are back into it again for the second quarter. Riverland football, 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group. Barmera Monash with the first clearance, but it only makes it as far as...
Yeah, it was Akaso got socked that ball out of the middle, but hit Fraser Sampson on the chest at half-back, who looks up and finds Middleton also in the centre of the ground, shoots it up the middle again.
These small kicks seems to be the order of the day.
Yeah, they got to stay manned up. That was Justin Bonney slipping off his half-back flank to get the ball for Loxton, for Barmera Monash. Shot the handball to Ben Drugamullah, who looked up and found Beach on a lead. Beach looks straight up and finds... Is that Wellington move forward?
No, it's not. I'm just trying to work out who it is as well. It's probably...
I know who it is. Lockie, it'd be Rory Moore, I reckon. Is it?
Number 2.
Fraser Douglas. He did a bit of work off half-back in the previous quarter. Has been slipped forward.
So he's going to have a shot. He hasn't decided to pass it off.
He's a left footer too. He's in the right place for him, I think, if I remember rightly.
Kicking from the play space pocket here at the lakeside.
Going on his non-preferred right foot, according to me.
Looks okay off the boot, but it's a minor score.
Yep, Barmera Monash 2-2-14, leading Loxton North 1 point.
The Value Care scoreboard, the attendance working hard this afternoon.
Yeah, hard to stay dry, I think. Lockie's probably the only thing they're working at there at the moment. But this will be interesting to see how the Panthers work the ball forward from a stoppage.
It's still really no goal of the day contenders for Berry Better. But anyway, hopefully...
I've got a query for you, Lockie. If Jake Smith's the runner today, is he allowed to coach?
Well, where do you draw that line between runner and coach? That is the question. Loxton North now on the far wing. They've managed to move it on. A couple of quick handballs, and now they're looking a bit more attacking.
To Wooldridge. Got a player on his own out here. It's Zach Kelly. Can he get a handle on it? Yes, he can. Needs to shoot the ball. Finds great kick in the middle of the ground. Finds Lachlan Stevens 30 metres out from goal, directly in front. Look, he's got to go back and make this count. That was a good passage of play from Loxton North. Switched it to the town side and got ahead of their opponents.
Seems to be that's the side. If you want to move it, if you want to hold it up and hold things down, go to the lakeside wing.
Yeah, I said that. I forgot to mention, Lockie, the lights have been on here literally all day. I came past this morning when the under 15s are on and the LED lights are on then.
So we'll just watch this. There's a couple of developments going on the bench as well. Stevens with his kick for Loxton North. Kicks from all the 40 out. It's a wobbly old kick off the boot and punched over for a ball in. I reckon Mason Middleton could have marked that.
That's Justin Proud heading to the change rooms for some treatment, I think, Lockie, here.
Yeah, so that would be...
Not a good sign.
No, and he would have been one of their key targets up forward. So no shortage of drama this afternoon. Loxton North changing players and...
Yeah, well, Scott Lewis out before the game started with an injury. Occurred during the warm-up.
Ball in, still in Loxton North attacking 50, but it's Wellington and Butterworth from Barmera Monash that clear it out. They go to the far wing. Intercept from Kelly into Mason Eckerman from Loxton North. Finds Sherpick in the middle. Great mark. Full length extension.
Yep, good work there. Sherpick looking out of his left eye to bring the ball across ground, but no, does the right thing. Shoots it back out to Vumard on the town side. Seems to be the scoring side, you'd say, Lockie?
I think it's more attacking.
Yep.
Maybe the grass might be a little bit more firmer over there.
Nice kick forward by Vumard.
Bump out. North will get a free kick here.
And rightfully so. He was shepherded.
Has reversed it.
I thought he was actually shepherded from getting to the ball, but I would have called play on if it had been me. But we're not umpiring the game. We're calling it from up here.
Middleton with the kick. Gets it up to half back, and that's Wellington.
Having a bit of an effect on the game too, Mitch Wellington.
Brings it inboard. It's hit the deck, and Macaso in there as well. And now Scott, the worst fob for Loxton North. They'll go on the attack again. Zach Wooldridge bombs it forward.
A kick.
This might roll through.
Oh, just missed. I tell you what, it didn't lack anything in distance. He kicked that from 55 metres out with a wet football, and it made it easily.
He'd almost had that. Maybe the wet footy gets that extra momentum when it's got a little bit more weight in it. Might speak to a physics teacher about that this week.
Okay, Lockie, there's another project for you. Ball coming out of half-back. Middleton takes the mark, quickly handballs to Sampson, who shoots the ball forward, but only as far as Sherpick. Second mark this quarter. He's handling the wet conditions pretty well.
So, currently on the Value Care scoreboard, Barmera Monash 14, Loxton North just the two behinds.
Called to play on. Looks out wide for Kelly. Finds him on his chest at half forward. Yep, nice work. He's around and playing on, shooting the ball up to half forward to Hample. Big fella takes it. Second grab, couldn't get the third grab. It's play on.
Now it's Butterworth. He handballed it while he braced for impact. Bonnie got a handball away.
Wellington to Sampson. Sampson looks up, and they get out of jail through Whitbourne, who looks up again. Finds Rory Moore running through the middle of the ground for Barmera Monash.
Jono Beach.
Yep.
He knew what to do. Finds a teammate who's running into the goals. And that could be the Tyler Whitbourne. It is.
Now that is your goal of the day, Lockie.
Very better goal of the day. Tyler Whitbourne in his first game of A-grade football.
And he kind of made it the goal of the day. He fumbled it, and as it was heading to ground and hit the ground, he hit it first time.
Good setup from Jono Beach. He put it out in front, let him run under it. He knew he had the foot speed to get there.
Yeah, and to his credit, the young fella knew that Beach was going to get it, backed him in, and then went forward as fast as he could on the proviso that he was going to get that ball, and he did.
So the third goal for Barmera Monash this afternoon. They take the score out to 3-2-20. And Loxton North, just the two behinds, currently on the Value Care scoreboard. 6 minutes gone, second quarter Riverland football on 5RM for the Riverland Motor Group. Back to the centre it is. No ruckman able to get their hands on it. Went to the ground and they all stacked on. And that little bit of mud in the middle is getting muddier as the minutes pass by.
It's probably important for North that they do get a goal on the board before half-time, just to give them that little bit of confidence that they can go with the Roos, because the Roos, they'll just slowly just grind through this game, putting it on the scoreboard. 3 goals, 2-20 plays, 2 points, 2, an 18-point lead here to Barmera Monash on the Value Care scoreboard.
Back to the centre, just seeing what's going on. Barmera Monash about to do some rotations.
Heavy rotation, because the whole 4 of them are lined up ready to go.
Chris Bonnie's out there. You've got Saxton Mitchell ready to go. They're all there.
Tyler Whitbourne and also Aidan Scordo.
So Loxton North now on half-back. Drive it to the town wing. Intercept Fraser Sampson.
Yeah, having a great game, the coach. Shoots it across to Butterworth. It's the same old players. Butterworth, Wellington, Sampson. They're really creating some havoc for Loxton North across half-back and denying them any chance of getting in. Spilios takes the ball on half-forward, looks up, looks for Beach. No, this time it's...
Wheels back inboard.
Wasn't Beach at all. It was Jack Austin.
And that's gone out of bounds.
Yep.
So Cody Vomar, Loxton North captain, will get the free kick. What have we got? 7 minutes 40 played.
Yeah, Dane Austin coming to the bench for a spell. On goes Jasper Hutchinson, taking the place of Noah Paul for Loxton North.
Petch for Loxton North. Up the line to the wing. Over the top was Shapley. Goes back inboard. He dropped it, and that'll be a free kick.
Yeah, he had no one to give it to. Too many mauve Guernseys between him and the goals. So he sort of had to try and carry it.
Jamison Whitbourne now brings it inboard. Finds the target in Spilios, the number 13.
This is where Barmera get you, is if you can't keep up the pressure and stay with your players, they just get numbers to the ball.
It was a wobbly old kick off the boot, giving Loxton North a bit of a chance here. Tackle from Mason Eckerman.
Yeah, Freeman. No one gets away from the mud crab.
Just Picasso now back onto it. Second, third efforts, picks the ball up, gets a hurried handball away, and he's going to get pinged for incorrect disposal.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough gig, and it must have...
A 25-metre penalty it is.
Yeah.
I think he probably said, I didn't have any other choice there. What did you want me to do?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought he was a bit hard done by, but they never changed their mind, Lockie, so you're wasting your time engaging in any dialogue.
It's counterintuitive, though. So
yeah.
Picasso just then could have easily just gone to ground, wrapped up, and it would have been a ball up.
I'm with you. They're not playing the player that's playing the ball.
Yeah, counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Barmera Monash with the shot, on goal. Punch forward from Loxton North, and they're going to bring this one back out.
Wooldridge with the handball. Nice kick out to Nelson at half-back. Couldn't quite get there, but quickly regathers.
Nelson's got a bit of a limp going. I'm just going to keep an eye on that one.
Hutchinson trying to get at the ball, but not in between 3 mauve Guernseys. That's Sampson taking charge of the ball at half-forward. Looks up and gets a teammate in the middle, which is Bonnie, who also looks up and finds...
Just seeing who that might be.
I think that might be
Oh, that's Freeman.
Freeman again.
Yep.
Who drifted down from the wing.
Pretty much the furthest away from the commentary box he could be right now.
Yeah, a left footer, 30 metres out from goal, just in his range.
He's going to have a crack.
It's more than in his range, but not within his accuracy range.
So Loxton North will bring this one back in. Barmera Monash take the score out to 22 on the Value Care scoreboard.
To 2, a 20-point lead, which is plenty in conditions like this. They've got North hemmed into their defensive 50 and not giving them any easy outs. Nelson to bring the ball back into play, shoots it up the middle, looking for and finding. He found Monty Wall there, who's been taking a few marks across half-back, been a bit of a presence for him. Shoots the ball out wide. Reckon that's Hutchinson out there on that half-back flank, but can't get past Barmera Monash. This is Justin Bonney this time. Looks up, shoots the ball into the middle, finds Aidan Scordo.
Just a little pop kick over the top. Finds a teammate. It's Joey Ricketts, maybe. Keep an eye. Fraser Douglas. That was a wobbly old kick off the boot.
Nelson coming through, not really wanting it. Worsfold does, picks it up, handball out.
It's Petch there trying to get his hands back on it. Did it right. Handball's back in board. Acaso.
Yeah, that's better play. Gets it out, and the kick comes out of half-back towards Kelly. Got a hand to it, didn't get outmarked. Through comes Butterworth, but the ball over the line before he could kick it. That'll be a boundary throw in at centre wing in front of the Loxton North coaches box.
5-room football for the Riverland Motor Group. Ranger and Everest in stock for immediate delivery. East Terrace Loxton.
10 minutes of the quarter left.
Tap over the back. Austin doing the ruck work for Barmera Monash now.
Kelly in after it, gets it out to Worsfold, gets it straight on the boot, but no one forward for Loxton North. Friedman back there, but fumbles it.
Can Loxton North make something out of this?
They're pushing the back to a Loxton North player. Could have almost played the advantage, but going to Coney and a rare touch for him so far, Caleb. But we know how dangerous he can be when he does get hold of it.
If you said before the game these are the conditions for Masuda, they're probably not for Caleb Coney on a day like today.
No, although could be capable of taking that hanger he does from time to time.
Too true.
Only 30 metres out. Look, this is in his distance range, and this is a much-needed goal.
On the way, looks good, it's straight.
He's missed.
Umpires.
Beautiful kick off the boot, but just to the left of the goalpost. Taking Loxton North score to 3 points, trailing Barmera Monash 3-4-22 on the Value Care scoreboard.
Barmera Monash waste no time bringing this one back out, and the Loxton North are going to give away a free kick here for
Jack Albrick there's got the ball for Barmera Monash. I don't reckon there's too many people that Josh Nelson could punch the ball away from without going over their shoulder.
Handballs, finds Douglas, goes on the switch. He's
nice kick to Butterworth.
Finds Butterworth.
He shoots it out wide on the wing, finds Bonnie coming off his half-back flank, looks up, shoots it forward, tries to draw it down the field free kick, but didn't have to.
And that found Wesley, Wesley.
He's dangerous down there, isn't he, in their forward line?
Wesley pops it in front.
To
Beach. Handball's back in board to Middleton. Middleton shot on goal.
He likes it.
He's kicked it.
That's their fourth goal.
And that will be goal number 4 for Barmera Monash. And the margin now out even further.
Yeah, it is. And look, the Panthers having a red-hot go here, but just unable to cash in any time they go inside their forward 50. And Barmera Monash, through Wellington, Butterworth when he's back across half-back, and also Coach Fraser Sampson, who's probably their best player at the moment, I think. They just seem to mop up anything and turn it into attack.
Yeah, good off half-back.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much Loxton North try to break that wall. Every time they do, unfortunately, they're only getting a minor score.
Yeah, Shapley moved forward. He's been up on the wing for a while. That's not a bad move from Loxton North because he's tough, hard, and he looks like he's maybe manning up on Butterworth as a half forward.
Just looking into the centre, it looks like Petch might be having a bit of a, what do you call it, a half tag on Sampson?
A run with roll.
I like it.
Here's Worsfold, gets the first look at the ball out to Zach Wooldridge, onto his left foot, drives the Panthers forward. But once again, mopped up across half-back by Barmera. This time, Justin Bonney.
Brings it inboard. It was a dangerous kick. Zach Wooldridge got a hand on it. Loxton North will get the intercept here.
2 handballs, got to have a kick. Scott handballs again, and who's it go to? Straight to Barmera Monash. Got to get that ball on the boot. You cannot handball it around.
Couple of link-up handballs now. Freeman for Barmera Monash bombs it into the 50. No one. Ball hits the deck. Punch forward. John O'Beach trying to run onto it. Goes left. Gets a bit of space. Has a wobbly old kick. He can't pull off the wrong one, and that is a minor score.
Yeah, handled the ball very well, though, in that pack situation. All one grab stuff. Takes Barmera Monash to 4 goals, 5-29, leading Loxton North 3 solitary points.
Score blowing out. 4 behinds.
Yeah, 4 behinds, yeah. Sorry.
1 in the first quarter, 3 in the second to my calculations on the Value Care scoreboard.
Yeah, we'll have to get that corrected at half-time because it is very confusing.
This is 5RM football for McDonald's Renmark.
Here we go. The ball comes out of the pack, but only to Sampson, who fumbled this time. High tackle against the Panther player. Free kick to Loxton North. It looks like Jonah Wooldridge again, is it? Yep.
It is. In Loxton North, best 6 at the moment.
Out towards Jasper Hutchinson on the wing.
And that's gone over, and we'll have a ball in just in front of the memorial gates here at Barmera.
Yep, at the bottom of
Barwell Avenue.
Barwell Avenue, Barmera.
So a ball in, pushed forward by Middleton. Oh, they ran into a wall.
Wild handball out of the pack by Ekman to, unfortunately, about 3 Barmera Monash players, but the ball didn't come out of the pack. That is the scoreboard end. Look at the Australian flag flying at that side, Lockie. There's a little bit of breeze going towards the club room's end, to the change room ends. Ball coming out. Audacious switch of the play across the Bonnie. He's having a great game as well.
Just in the centre square.
Looks up, looks back in the middle of the ground, and finds
That's Dane Austin.
Dane Austin. He's come back onto the ground, uses the ball well. But they're handling the ball pretty well, the Roos, at the moment. And reason being is that they're starting to do uncontested possessions. The Panthers have run out a bit of legs to keep that pressure on. Although in saying that, great pressure there to catch the Barmera Monash player holding the ball. That's Michael Scott, is it, out there?
No. Monty Wall.
Monty Wall again. He's having a great game today off half-back.
So Monty Wall for Loxton North with the kick. 17.5 minutes played. Second quarter Riverland footy on 5RM.
Ball going up towards Middleton. And I reckon the Loxton North players are appealing that came off his boot and went over the line, and it did.
Just hearing that breeze starting to pick up a little bit.
Not sure if that's what that free kick was designed for, but it's off his boot, so that's a kick out of bounds.
North up now to half forward.
There's Coney there.
Yeah.
There's your mark of the day, Lockie.
Write that one down so we don't forget it, because they've been far and few between.
Into Nelson at half forward. He's drifted forward. Now he'll look up and kick long towards Shapley, who at least got a hand to it. Out it comes, but only as far as
it's Coney
again.
Coney wastes no time, drills it to the middle of the 50, but Fraser Sampson from Barmera Monash read it well.
I think he might have called Wooldridge out of that play.
Now Loxton North trying to salvage something out of this. Judd Sherpig, he was held without it. He's going to get the free. Now Loxton North with the free kick.
Yeah, well played by Sherpig there. I think he might have had a little bit of pushing and shoving before it got to him, but the umpire didn't see it, so play the ball.
Tony Florence says move it on.
And that's the play. You've got to go towards your goals. Up again, nearly pulls in another one.
Yeah, it was
Hutchinson. This time Hutchinson.
Trying to salvage something out of this. It's wobbling to the boundary line. It goes over, and it's not a try in State of Origin, but they'll get a ball in. Oh, I tell you what an afternoon of footy it's been. 19 minutes now gone. Second quarter, Riverland footy on 5RM.
Yeah, listen, 4.5 minutes left to play. You'd hope, if Loxton North can at least get a goal here, you'd say, you know, the game's still alive.
Shapley handballs out the back, finds Petch. Petch was tackled. Umpire.
Had it back to the umpire. The other umpire was looking straight at it. That's not a great call.
Inboard now to Austin. Now another handball to Drugamola. He gets a kick away down the line. The broadcast wing. Wesley tried to run onto it. He was a bit quick, and Monty Wall manages to paddle that one over the boundary line, and we'll get a ball in.
Yeah. Off comes Middleton for a well-earned rest, being replaced by Jack Austin in the ruck.
4-5-29 plays 3 behinds. Barmera Monash with the advantage on the Value Care scoreboard.
Panthers had a couple of good opportunities going forward, but just unable to put it on through the big white ones.
So ball in.
But their effort's been pretty good. Although in saying that, gee whiz, Barmera Monash have controlled half back and scored a lot of attacking moves off that half back line.
See, Butterworth dragged that one back in and did the dummy handball out, and that's that umpire says my ball there. I've got the binoculars. I can read this today. If anyone says, how did you see it, I can see it.
Picasso getting that ball forward, but only as far as Freeman. Not Freeman this time. It's Jamison Whitbourne. He's been pretty serviceable across half back. Shoots the ball into the middle to Austin. He powers it forward, but ball runs free. Wellington with a roll up forward at the moment, centre half forward.
They all dived on it. North still desperate for the footy.
Rain falling again, Lockie?
I'm not sure. Would it be good if we could flick the wipers on here this afternoon?
Yeah. Look, it's a reasonable quality game of football though, despite the conditions.
Yeah, Barmera Monash just able to make the best of it. And they're going to have another crack here. That was Bonnie. Didn't make it too far. Still wobbling towards the goals. There's Spilios. He tried to shake the tackle. He's going to get holding the ball.
Yep, and a good call.
Did get a handball away, but it might not have been.
Sherpick again. He's had a pretty serviceable quarter this second quarter. Judge Sherpick on cross half back.
Makes the contest and just spills over.
I reckon he might have a bit of coaching in the Sherpick household this week because he's playing Wentworth footy. He's not looking for a handball. He's getting it on the boot and getting it 40 metres towards the Loxton North goals at every opportunity.
Might be worth maybe throwing him on the ball at some stage. We'll get another ball in here. Just drop short a little bit. That breeze picking up and just seeing.
Here we go. A Loxton North player, Barmera Monash player coming with
I think that's Dan
shoulder
Wesley.
injury. His shoulder already strapped and he seems to be favouring it. Maybe just a stinger, as they say, Lockie.
I think that's Dan Wesley coming off there.
Whatever
Keep an eye on that one.
Whatever as a stinger is, I thought that was related to bees. Handball over the top to Kelly, gets it on further to Wooldridge, gets it onto the boot, but only as far as the loose man across half back for Barmera, which is Jamison Whitbourne, looks straight up and switches it to Bonnie. Justin getting a power of kicks across half back, Justin Bonnie. Straight up the middle of the ground. This time Loxton North over the top smothering it, but Barmera Monash through gathering the ball, and look out, the big fella Hample's in trouble here. He's got 3 of them to beat. Wellington handballs out to Butterworth, shoots the ball forward for Barmera Monash. Coming through is Freeman again, this time on his, it's not Freeman, sorry, it was Fraser Douglas. Shoots the ball forward, but only to a pack.
And that's over the line, and we'll get another ball in. Must be getting close to half-time. Nearly 23 minutes gone.
Yeah, there'd be less than half a minute to go, Lockie.
And the Value Care scoreboard. Just that breeze starting to pick up a little bit. Whistling.
Thinking about whipping out for a bit of a sail at half-time, are you?
No white caps as of yet, but we'll keep an eye out for that one. Loxton North now.
Hample in over his own ruck tap out. Tries to get it free for the Panthers. Out to Austin. Jack shoots the ball forward, but Loxton North come up with it here.
Monty Wall was the player that had his hands on it. There it is, half-time here at the Lakeside. Round 10, Riverland football on 5RM for McDonald's Renmark. Barmera Monash with the lead, 4-5-29. The visiting Loxton North Panthers, just the 3 behinds. Trevor Scott is doing the best work he can this afternoon in the Connectus 5RM sideline view studio. What have we got from around the grounds, Trev? from both sides. Who would it be?
It'd be the Barmera Monash coach, Fraser Sampson. I think he's been good across half-back, good through the middle, moved up forward and has kicked a goal. So he's in front at the moment, Lockie, but half a footy yet to be played.
Now, just another player that did go to the change rooms for, we believe, some treatment was Justin Proud. He has returned with a jacket on. Still did the warm-up at half-time, but we didn't see him come back on in that second quarter. So maybe we might see him come back on this quarter. We'll have to watch, won't we?
Yeah, quick correction to my scoreboard. It is Barmera Monash 4-4-28, Loxton North 3 points only.
Righto, a big second half of football to come. The lights are on here at the lakeside. The wind is still blowing. That flag is now even higher here at the Lakeside Oval this afternoon.
Barmera Monash 1/2 away from their 9th win in a row.
There it is, siren sounds, the iconic Barmera Monash Football Club siren. They all had a go at it. It was a bit of volleyball action in there. No one was able to clear it out, and we will... Oh, no, I stand corrected. It's Loxton North that get the first clearance. They get it into their 50, but it's quickly turned around by Barmera Monash. Dylan Petch for Loxton North. Can he run under what he can? Gets a handball out. Acaso the target. But there was Zach Wooldridge who hit the deck on the cricket pitch. He's an old slip and slide out there now. Now Barmera Monash are going to go into their attacking 50. That was Wellington onto Wesley. It's going
left for a point.
Yeah, it's a minus score. That didn't reach the reserve price of that auction there. That one's been passed in. Vendors will accept all inquiries this week.
Look, North overdoing the use of the ball with hand there a little bit. I like what Woolridge did straight away from the opening bounce and got it on boot. But that's the way. Beach with the ball. Cross half forward, shoots the handball to Butterworth. Looks up in the middle. Good spoil from the big fella. The ruckman reaching in and spoiling that ball from Loxton North. But the ball comes out. Ben Drugemeyer at half forward. Looks up. Chips it short. And finds a teammate on his chest 40 metres out from goal, who will go back and take a shot. Is that Beach? No, it's number 11, Rory Moore, I think.
He's been quite the influence today.
Yeah, had a little bit of it.
The last time we called a Barmera Monash game, he hasn't been playing, so the depth at Barmera Monash certainly strong. Has he got the journey?
He has. Has he got the accuracy?
It's on the way.
No, he hasn't.
Behind a score. So Barmera Monash extend the lead out a little further.
4 goals, 6:30, plays 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. 27-point margin here for the Barmera Monash Roos on the Value Care scoreboard. They value your care.
Absolutely they do. So Loxton North with the kick out. It's Josh Nelson that's going to take it. Jonah Wooldridge called for it, but he went past, and that's going to go out in the full, and that'll be a kick to Barmera Monash.
Yeah, looking for Wooldridge there at half-back, but overshooting him. And once again, Bonnie with the ball in his hands. Bonnie Justin looks up, shoots it in the middle, and finds, this time, Fraser Douglas, I reckon.
That's a great mark from Fraser Douglas. Just out in front, that nice little pop, and he could run onto it like a training drill.
Yeah, and the ball up off the ground is easier to catch in these wet conditions. You keep it up for a kick or two, disposal, and it's just like playing on a dry day.
Absolutely. So, with the kick, he's taken the Dennis Lilly run-up, Nobby.
Look, distance won't be a problem. Look at that flag over there at the memorial flowing directly behind him, almost.
Barmera Monash for their 5th goal. Has it got the journey?
No, it's got the journey, Lockie, but not the accuracy.
Minor score. So that wind might be causing a little bit of havoc out there this afternoon at the lakeside.
Yeah, that flag fluttering sort of in all sorts of directions out there.
Josh Nelson decides to play on this time to bring the kick out even further, but it's Barmera Monash that go on the rebound.
Whoa!
Jack Austin.
Chris Bonnie, I reckon it might have been, Lockie.
Well, 27, I think.
27 it was, 27, Jack Austin. And now I reckon he's just edged out Caleb Coney for mark of the day.
That's the mark of the day. That could be the mark of the round and maybe the mark of the year.
Well, when you take a mark like that, there's the next most important thing is to score the goal from it. So he's well within range. Accuracy, his only challenge here, I would say.
Jack Austin, ball's on the way.
He likes it.
That's a goal.
The goal umpire likes it. Great mark and goal from Jack Austin.
That's the first goal of the quarter and the 6th for the Barmera Monash Roos.
Yep, and look,
No, sorry, fifth.
Yeah, big fella like that, handling the ball like that in these conditions, look, that's no mean feat. And like they say, Lockie, the big fellas don't get any smaller the longer the game goes. As a matter of fact, they become more of a factor.
Barmera Monash with a 33-point lead on the Value Care scoreboard, running with 2 less on the bench.
Yep.
Now it's probably a matter of just holding on.
Yeah, well, I think you still got to work. You know, you might as well take a punt and try and at least hit the scoreboard, because otherwise you're looking at about a 60-point deficit.
Umpires called something. Is that a 6-6 and 6 infringement, or it's someone in the square before the ball up? It was.
Free kick to be taken by Barmera Monash ruckman Mason Middleton. Looks up, shoots the ball down the middle, and hits the chest of Jack Austin. This time he can't keep it. Ball spills to Zach Wooldridge. He shoots it out wide to the wing, but fumbled by Loxton North. And who comes through but Mitch Wellington off half-back. Shoots the ball forward. Wesley with a ton of pace in the forward line for Barmera Monash.
A couple of toe pokes, and he pushed Cody Vomart over, and you can't do that.
Yeah, it was front on. Front on's always an issue. You have care for your opposition.
So the Loxton North captain with the free in defence. He's calling for players to go long. And that's the right call. Didn't go too far. Oh, great mark from Sherpig. He bombed it away quickly into the middle. Can Shapley and the crew run onto it? They can't. Yeah,
Stevens tries. This is Coney comes through at pace to Usud. Shoots her up.
Picasso. Now Loxton North. Can they make something out of this? Joe Worsfold. No, he can't.
And
that's
again.
Joey Ricketts, I
Joey
reckon.
Ricketts,
25.
yeah, it is Joey Ricketts.
Similar haircuts.
Yeah. Only about 6 inches shorter.
Inboard to Jack Austin in the centre of the ground. Handballs to Butterworth.
Looks
this
for Beach.
Inside 50, and that's a training drill.
Yeah, look for Beach, but good spoil by Vmud, keeping the ball away from him. Good
Umpire
umpiring too.
Play on. Barmera Monash calling for it in the back, but umpire says play on, and that is the right way to go.
Yep.
Oh, no, it's come back. Oh, no.
Through goes the big fella, down over the ball, working hard from Hample, but unfortunately with not out much help.
Inboard. That was the 16 of Dane Austin. Now there's a bit of a scuffle in the middle. Bit of feeling out there. Umpires call.
Here comes the card. Here comes the card. I can see it. It's a yellow.
Yeah, quick to come out today, and that is Dane Austin, who's been sent from the ground.
Do you think he's just trying to get out of the conditions, Lockie, for 10 minutes?
Just pack her up for a couple. So he'll be just having a bit of a rest.
Yeah, multiple interchange here for Barmera Monash. Chris Bonney back on.
Loxton North now. It was Noah Paul.
To Wooldridge, covering a fair bit of ground. Wooldridge doing his best to will his side into the onto the goal list.
Kicks inside 50 to the hot spot. They all flew up, but a great defensive mark from Middleton.
Yeah, drifting in over the side of the pack. The big ruckman takes the mark in the back play.
Now drills it wide. It was a wobbly old kick. Shapley with the tackle. Is that holding the ball? No, it's not.
Umpire says, "I'll have it." He didn't have much of an opportunity to get rid of it, but a fierce tackle by Shapley from Loxton North.
He'd be getting close to being in their best six this afternoon.
He's having a bit of a go.
Another tackle. Ball spilling out towards the far wing. Still on half-back. Loxton North now with the rebound. Into the inside 50 it goes. Dropped short. And Barmera Monash run onto it. And this is like a foot race. It's the Lake Bonnie Classic around the lake right now.
Spillier springing the ball out towards Butterworth. No, not Butterworth. It is Rory Moore again. He shoots it up one-on-one. Beach get the drop here and pulls it in. And played on, he said, off hands. The umpire was right there too, so, yeah.
Chris Bonney, handball's out, and I reckon that is Douglas, and he has missed from all of 11 metres out.
He has too, Lockie.
That's a howler.
Yeah.
They're the ones you don't like.
He could have run in even more. Maybe he's a bit frightened of having to get into that puddle in the goal square.
Well, he didn't pack his life jacket. These mauve Guernseys of Barmera Monash, I don't think they've got the PFD feature. 37 or 38 plays 3 on the Value Care scoreboard.
Or the light or the whistle.
38 on the Value Care scoreboard for Barmera Monash. They lead Loxton North. Just the 3 behinds.
Down the middle comes Nelson towards Caso to Masood, but he took his eye off the ball and he could have taken it on the chest. Middleton shoots the ball back into the forward line. Well done by Josh Nelson. Got a hand to it for Loxton North. kept it away from Wesley, who went back and found it, got the handball out to Scordo, but could not get it.
And is that a push?
Yeah,
it has been all day.
It's a push in the back, Beach pushing Cody Vermard in the back. Vermard to take the free kick. But it didn't change what Cody was doing. He was trying to force that ball out of bounds. Rightfully so. Gee whiz, I don't know how they're going to get this ball out of defence here because all the Barmera big fellas are cross half forward.
What have we got? Just under 10 minutes gone, third quarter.
Coney running up for a hanger back here, but the ball wasn't shot out to him.
Yeah, Jordan Freeman there got his hands on it and just took it to ground, and we'll go again. And now there's a little bit of feeling out there again.
Yeah, well, I think the result's done, Lockie. I think it's how much you get out of the game in terms of a contest from here on in.
Umpire throws it up. Now
Douglas again with the ball, jams it on his boot towards the goal square. That might go through.
it's wobbling.
Eckerman there rushes it through for a point for Barmera Monash.
Wesley didn't mind the old hydro slide there through the puddle. He couldn't get there quicker though.
Straight on with it goes Nelson, and down the middle he goes. I like that.
They all flew up. It was a mark to Middleton.
Unfortunately, Middleton just a little bit too big for Lockie Stevens, and Stevens giving away the free kick to the big fella. Play on, the umpire calls.
To the hot spot inside 50. That might be tunnelled. It is. Josh Nelson got underneath. That's a bump.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wesley will come back and take a shot for goal. That stinger he got just before half-time seems to have healed remarkably.
Yeah, must be going all right.
He's got a bit of, still got the tape on the shoulder, but he seems to be moving okay. Went up for that high mark. Normally a good kick for goal, Dan Wesley, and it's been very lively up forward for Barmera today.
So what, these Mauve Guernseys would have been a bit easy with black numbers. I'll call it this afternoon. Wesley has his kick. That's a shocker. I'll tell you what.
Did I put the moz on him?
If you're in a golf course, you'd be calling 4 because that's hitting the guy on the other tee block. Far out.
Yeah.
That's a minor score.
So 5 goals, 10, 40, plays 3 solitary points. Barmera Monash leading by 37 points.
This is 5 round football for McDonald's Renmark. Spicy shake of fries and spicy chicken nuggets are back at Macca's.
Nelson with another disposal.
Tried to find the 9 of Dylan Petch, but couldn't quite get his hands on it.
Petch trying to let the ball come to him instead of meeting the ball, and gave Middleton the chance to reach in and spoil it.
So we're going to get another ball in. The ball has not left Barmera Monash's forward zone for the last 12 minutes. We'll get another ball in. Yeah, that footy's getting pretty wet and heavy.
Yeah. Middleton sitting here in the back play, having a dominant quarter this quarter. Loxton North, Matty Hempel having to go into the defence to ruck. The boundary ump's having a bit of trouble here and some help coming in.
So we'll get another ball in. This is 5 run football. 12 and a half minutes gone, third quarter. The scoreboard at 40 plays 3. It's Barmera Monash with a 37-point lead.
Yeah, here we go. In goes the ball correctly this time. Hempel first to it, to Worsfold, gets it on the boot. Fortunately, Lockie Stevens first to the footy, but couldn't get a handle on it.
And we'll go again. We'll get a ball in almost in front of us here at Barmera this afternoon in the broadcast position.
Loxton North steadily moving forward, but only just to the centre.
It's a pretty low throw in. Middleton got a couple of bumps at it. Zach Wooldridge tries to run onto it. Had a couple of bites at it. Douglas back turned into it, and we'll get another ball up.
Yeah, there's some players hard at it over the footy, but finding it hard to get a meaningful possession.
So ball up it is. Zach Wooldridge ran it over the line, and we will go again. Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard says 40-3, but if you just watch the game, and it's an easy saying, ignored the scoreboard, it has had a bit of entertainment.
It has. I mean, it's been a well-contested game, and the Panthers have had a go. The boundary ump nearly hit himself on the head, then he threw it straight up. He's having a go, though.
Yeah, and I think it's certainly tough conditions, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's better. Now he's onto it.
That's a good throw in. Good tap by Hempel. Finds.
Back to Hempel, gets it onto the boot. Big fella's going all right for the Panthers. Through comes Jordan Freeman, but couldn't quite get it to another Barmera Monash player, although Bonnie grabs it next, gets hold of it. Pet shoots it out towards Worsfold for Loxton North. Tries to get free to have a kick.
Holding.
Penalised for holding the ball. Pretty harsh.
Whoa, and the Loxton North bench, if they weren't already fired up today, they've gone to coin one of your favourite movies, Spinal Tap, number 11.
Yes. Well, wet weather demands that footballers change the way they play to account for the wet weather, and it doesn't leave umpires out of that equation either, you know.
He didn't have much chance, did he?
No.
Anyway, it's not going to affect the result. Into the 50 it goes for Barmera Monash. Loxton North get a couple of hands, a couple of kicks, and they managed to clear it wide.
Wooldridge onto his right foot, but couldn't quite get it to Sherpick and to
Kelly.
Kelly, and the ball goes out of bounds. Barmera Monash will get the free kick. This is Douglas. He's had quite a quarter. Goes back, look to the goal square.
To the top of the square, Vumard got his hands on it,
Yep.
couldn't quite clunk it. Now Wesley off the deck. That's a wild old kick. It's gone into the air a long way.
Sampson's caught the fly ball, but it's well through the points.
Fraser Sampson there, pretty shrewd. Ran around about 5 metres before he handed it back to the Loxton North player.
Down the middle of the ground comes Nelson, finds Eckerman at half-back, right on the defensive 50 for Loxton North. Nowhere to go, looks every which way, does the right thing, gets it onto his boot. Coney up, first grab, but couldn't hang on to it. Out it comes by Worsfold to Kelly. Oh, nice little one-handed mark there by Jamison Whitbourne. He's been solid at half-back, shoots it across the ground on the switch. Worsfold in again.
To Nelson, back to Worsfold. He went to get the wobbly old kick. It didn't go too far.
Here we go. North with a bit of a chance here. Put the pressure on. Kelly to don't handball to the ruckman. He does.
Handballs to finds Shapley. It's a bit of a comedy of errors. Now up to the wing and Barmera Monash with the intercept, and they've gone on the switch. A couple of clean handballs. And this is poetry in motion if you're a Barmera Monash supporter.
Nice work
until
by Sherpick. And the ball
Sherpick
comes
ran into
back
it.
to him from Coney. Through he runs the wing. Sherpick onto his boot. Now he has played good wet weather football today for Loxton North.
No one from Loxton North able to make much of it. Back inboard to Freeman. Having an absolute ripper of a game. Doesn't go too far. North able to dive on it. Spills out.
Numbers in favour of the Mauve, though. They're everywhere.
Can Loxton North salvage something out of this one? It appears not. And Barmera Monash with the mark at half forward. That's Chris Bonney.
Yep, just come back onto the ground in the last couple of minutes. Straight away down to Wesley. Wesley takes the easy chest mark, looks up. 2-on-1 here against Vumard. And Peach takes the easiest of chest marks inside the 10-metre square. Had the drop on Vumard, dropped back behind him, and the kick cleared him by plenty. And he's taken an easy mark. Lines up for what will be his second goal and Barmera Monash's sixth goal.
Just over 17 minutes gone. Should I put this one in the book now?
Yeah,
I am.
Put it in.
John O'Beach, second goal of the day, has the kick. He slots it, and the Roos extend the lead. They're now out to a 44-point margin. Loxton North just with the three behinds. Before the game, Nobby,
Yep.
you did say you can't afford to leak 2 goals a quarter because at the end of the game it can add up. And I'm just looking at my little scorecard here. 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second, 2 in the third. We're almost on par.
Yeah, well, there's 5 minutes to go in this quarter, so it might be more. Let's hope for Loxton North's case they can get near their goals and at least put one on the board.
This is 5 Room Football for the Riverland Motor Group. East Terrace, Loxton, Ranger and Everest in stock for immediate delivery.
Yeah, look, with all due respect, the Panther defence has fought manfully to only concede 6 goals to date, given the amount of ball that's come down there. Loxton North forwards are probably the ones that need to put more pressure on a cross-half forward to keep the ball in. Up goes the ball. No one really gets a hold of it, except for Barmera Monash come out of the middle with a kick from Butterworth. Vumard first to the footy there with a little bit of help from Beach, but this will be a ball up at 45 metres out from the Barmera Monash goal. Umpire Florence getting in after it. Tough day for the umps as well.
Just seeing that sea mist, as it were, come over Lake Bonnie this afternoon.
Kelly again. He's had some important touches, the young fella.
Garso got a hurried handball away.
Ball going forward.
And
That should be a free kick to Loxton North, I'd imagine, because it was a kick from Barmera Monash. Gee whiz, it's getting a bit cold and rainy in here at the moment.
finds Kelly in the back pocket.
Yeah, covered plenty of ground, the young fella, and got plenty of touches. And done the right thing with most of them. Drives that one up as far as he could kick to the half-back line.
Jamison Whitbourne flew up for it. He couldn't get it and wrapped up there by the 9 of Dylan Petch for Loxton North. And we'll get a ball up.
Wellington a bit
broadcast
lucky
wing.
there that the umpire was on the other side because he really wasn't trying to get rid of it. Ball comes to Sampson in the pack. Couldn't get it clear. And who would be in over it again, working hard? But Masuda Caso for Loxton North. Loves the ball on the deck.
So another ball up on Barmera Monash's half-forward line.
Sherpick into ruck. Gets a hand to it. Sherpick and Wellington for Barmera Monash.
Doesn't go too far, and we will go again.
Shapley in fighting hard for the Panthers against the Barmera Monash coach Fraser Sampson on the bottom of that pack.
Sherpick now in the ruck and
This will
holding
be
on.
interesting because I thought they both had a Guernsey each. Opposition Guernsey each there, but anyway. Wellington drives it towards the Barmera Monash goals. Nice little shove in the back there from the experienced Beach.
And that's going to be a ball up.
Yeah.
But yes, I thought that might have been enough for a push in the back, but not to be.
Well, you can hold your player under the ball, but not with your hands. Drugamella gets hold of that first, shoots it out. Picasso takes the mark for Loxton North at half-back, looks up, shoots it across on the switch, but opens the game up for Jamison Whitbourne, intercepts and kicks another behind for Barmera Monash, taking their score to 6 goals, 12-48. Loxton North 3 solitary points on the Value Care scoreboard.
Loxton North could be in danger here of having a scoreless quarter. And
Third scoreless quarter.
well, no, they've managed to score a couple of behinds in the other quarters.
Okay,
so,
I'm with you. Goalless quarter, I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yes. I'll just check some stats here.
Oh.
I'll see if this has happened this year so far.
Here he is, the Bruce McAvaney
Oh,
of
no.
5RM Sports, Lockie Winnell.
No, certainly not at that level. Just checking Loxton North's quarters here. Oh no, they have it a couple of zeros. Yep. So it wouldn't be the first.
Lockie, I would put you in that category. I would put you in that category, mate, because Bruce has assistance with his statistics, but you do it all.
Well, that's it. You know, if you want done something properly, what is it? Do it yourself. That's the old saying, isn't it?
Yep.
This is 5RM football for the Riverland Motor Group. Ball up on half forward for Barmera Monash. Can they make something out of this? There was Wellington. He got a hurried handball away. Found Eckerman for Loxton North. Into the centre it goes. Bit of a contact of a few players there, and we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square. That rain now starting to continue its presence this afternoon.
Would you say Eckerman's starting to come into his own in these conditions?
Oh, absolutely. Probably faded a little bit out of the game, but now back into it very much.
Yeah. And with that rain beginning to fall freely here at the Lakeside Oval, I think we're in the best spot, Lockie.
Push up in the air it goes. Joel Worsfold had a bite at it in the ruck. You don't see that too often. And here's Loxton North. That was Hutchinson, I reckon.
You can't go the don't argue and not be pinged for holding the ball. Hutchinson drives it forward as far as he can.
It was the right thing. Spilled over the back.
Push in the back there.
Free
kick coming to Loxton North.
All right, can they make something out of this?
This is Coney. This is Caleb Coney. He's too far out to kick a goal, but probably the closest they've been to goal this quarter, Lockie.
I think it would. But they had a couple of just inside 50s, I'll call them.
Yeah, but this kick's going to go, you're thinking 30 inside 50s?
Oh, maybe. It's a heavy footy. He's going to send it.
He's got to go long. You've got to go distance. He likes his chances. Gives it a fair ride.
Makes
all
it to
the way
the
to the square.
No one able to mark it. Wheels around over the back. North go to ground. And that's a sling tackle. And we'll get a free kick here to Loxton North.
Yeah, this is where the Panthers missing Ryan Pratt. For anyone who's just tuned in, unfortunately he incurred the wrath of the umpires with a yellow followed by a red card. And just about halfway through the second quarter, and will take no further part in the game. Probably if you want anyone to have a shot at goal, this is the fella you're looking for, Lockie. Zach Wooldridge on the left foot, in the right pocket for him.
Here's Loxton North leading goal kicker this year. All on the way. Minor score.
But not not a scoreless quarter, though, Lockie. Ends
No,
that.
no, they don't have to worry about that. Another stat this afternoon.
Barmera Monash bringing the ball out, going town side, but this time Loxton North with players over there, not letting him out easily.
We will be going around the grounds at three-quarter time.
Panthers kicks into the forward line again. Barmera cutting it off, sending it across the ground on the switch to the lakeside, and that ball will go out of bounds.
Out of bounds it is. We will get another ball in. The rain now setting in more at Barmera Monash at the lakeside. The mist on the commentary box window starting to increase, and we're going to see that leak, I think, come back from the roof in a minute. But on the whole, it's a good fun day of footy.
Ball coming out to Kelly again. Turned the wrong way, Kelly. Played the advantage, the right decision, shot it up, but sitting behind the play, Monty Wall takes the mark across half-back for Loxton North. And that is three-quarter time. Barmera Monash 6 goals, 12-48, leading Loxton North 4 points solitary.
We will go back to the Connectors 5RM sideline view studio with Trevor Scott and find out what is happening around the grounds. Trevor, I know it's a lot warmer where you are than where we are right now.
Four 4-28 buried to Wakery 12-5-77. Out in the bush, Brownswell 8-12-60, leading Canberra 8-6-24. And Wonka having a great day today. They lead Ramco's 7-10-52 to Ramco's 4-3-27. So some interesting stuff going on around. But gee, the rain's coming down heavy, but I'll look at it, mate.
Certainly is, Trevor. 6-12-47, Barmera Monash leading Loxton North just 4 behind. Just coming back From the three-quarter time huddle here, Nobby, and I can tell you, it is very slippery underfoot.
Yeah, it is, Lockie. And the oval, I thought it was holding up pretty well, but with the amount of sort of consistent rain we've had, it's difficult to find some firm footing. Barmera Monash first out of the middle this time. The ball working it wide. Drugamulla about to run onto the footy, but Acaso right with him. Ball going forward, trying to come forward with it was Joel Worsfold, but it will be another ball up at half forward for Barmera Monash, heading towards the highway end.
Now, I did get a bit of the message from Loxton North. We'll just run through that in a second.
Yep.
Doesn't go too far, and we'll go again. North coach Dave Higgins just telling the boys to get down low.
Yep.
And it's about working hard, consistency, and they need some reward for effort today. He's happy with the effort, and
Yep.
I think it goes without saying it's been there, but they just got to convert.
Yeah, and they can't afford to let the pressure slip, because only 6 goals in 3 quarters is a fair effort, and you would hate to see the floodgates open. Middleton about to take the free kick at half forward for Barmera, sliding past Whitbourne for a handball, but wasn't given. The long kick goes in. Wasn't great, but Barmera Monash come out with the ball. It was Wesley again, coming out onto his left foot. Loxton North player trying to clear it. Barmera Monash spoiling each other there.
Didn't go too far. Umpire says play on's the call. I didn't quite know where the footy was there. There was 2 tackles going on at the same time.
Look, I don't mind this. Short of grabbing someone around the neck or pushing them in the back, play on's the call in this weather. Barmera Monash trying to get the ball clear. It was Wooldridge, Jonah again, but out of the pack comes number 16, Dane Austin. Shoots the ball across the middle, finds Jordan Freeman, who shoots the ball forward for Barmera Monash, and great control of the football there. Shoots the ball across. Chris Bonney with the kick into the forward line, looking for Beach. Tell you what, he's hands-on every time that ball goes up, and he's getting away with it every time too.
So a couple of quick handballs from Loxton North defenders. Goes to ground, and we will have another ball up. That rain appears to have stopped, but it actually has not.
Well, where's the window cleaner? I'm waiting for him to drop down from the top, like they do in those big buildings.
Skyscrapers.
Yeah, and just winch himself down and dust it off for us.
North defenders give it the big 9-iron kick. Didn't go too far in defence. A kick over the shoulder. Doesn't make the goals. And Loxton North try to clear this one out. They go on the switch. Another dangerous kick. Oh, Zach Kelly flew up and goes over the boundary line.
Yeah, still, I guess you're trailing by 43 points into the last quarter. And short of turning it over too easily, you should take a little bit of a risk. Ball going up in the forward pocket of Barmera Monash, Lakeside.
It's 5-run football for the Riverland Motor Group.
Boundary ump sorted it out. Much better throw in that time.
And we'll get another stoppage. Yeah, look, for a game that started off so close, goes without saying Barmera Monash have made the most of their opportunities today.
Yeah, they certainly have. Although in saying that, 12 behinds, and a lot of them, could have been capitalised on, but the pressure has been on from the Panthers most of the game.
So a ball up, still outside. Barmera Monash is attacking 50, spills in front of the number 11.
Yeah, Worsfold. Look, this is a bit unfortunate because Worsfold had hold of one arm. The guy couldn't get rid of the ball, and he did turn him over and throw him to the ground, so fair enough. Butterworth swings past, takes the handball, shoots the ball forward. Boomard with a big spoil.
Rory Moore.
And there's going to be a 25 here to Loxton North.
So Loxton,
the umpire was right on site there. Reckon it's Wooldridge with the footy, is it?
No, Beaumard.
Beaumard. Who has played very, very well for the Panthers across the back line. Shoots it across to Scott. Scott Michael with the ball, shoots it out towards Kelly, but overshoots him, and that'll be a free kick in for Barmera Monash.
Unfortunate mistake. Fraser Douglas wastes no time, gets it into the 50, beats the target, but North are able to get a hand in there and spoil it. And they're trying to have a crack now, and we'll have a ball up. 35 out, Barmera Monash goal.
Yeah, what do you like? Loxton North, what they're needing here is win the quarter, or perhaps just kick a goal.
I think they'd be happy with that right now. That's not downplaying the situation, but it's almost the junior football thing, isn't it? Like, all right, guys, let's try and win the quarter.
So you're thinking maybe Dave Higgins should have said, right, all you blokes that are in the back last quarter, stay in those positions?
Well, I don't think it would have made much difference because it's a bit of bees to the honeypot today anyway.
Well, there's no one forward or centre from either team.
47 plays, 4 on the Value Care scoreboard, a pitching wedge kick inside. Barmera's attacking 50 and North's Worsfold picks it up and he just holds station for a second.
Working a long way into defence for Loxton North. Having to, really.
Gets a wobbly old kick wide, finds Zach Wooldridge, but it's spilled forward and now Barmera Monash through Bonnie rather, to the top of the 50. Play on's the call.
Yeah, good call by the ump. He's right on site. I think Worsfold got a hand on it. Barmera Monash player took it. Free kick going to Worsfold, who switches it. Now North are on their bikes. They've got to get this ball forward as quick as they can.
It was a Beach that thought he had the mark there.
Where he's trying to convince the umpire he'd marked it, but it was off hands.
Just step outside for
Wellington
a second
there, Wellington at halfback or Middleton?
That's Middleton.
Middleton had a great game in the back play today, the ruckman.
Has his kick, Austin the target, but it was intercepted by Hutchinson. He got a boot on it and it went out of bounds. And Barmera Monash will have a free kick right in front of the lovely memorial gates here at the Lakeside Oval. I tell you what, those gates were at a time, Nobby, when cars were a little bit narrower.
Yes, and they might have been cars that only had 2 horsepower, both in front of them.
Fraser Douglas with a kick away into Barmera. Monash is attacking 50. Over the back it goes. Javison, Rory Moore in there again trying to shark the footy out. He couldn't. And the non-controlling umpire, no, hasn't called anything, just working around the back there. So ball up inside the Roos, attacking 50. Joel Worsfold for Loxton North gets a handball out to Wooldridge. He bombs it high and great
nice mark by Middleton, yes. Nice mark by the big fella. Turns straight around, spots up in the middle and spots Freeman. He's had a pretty solid game of footy today for the Roos.
The Roos now go on the attack. It's been the story of North Day, hasn't it? 2 good kicks and then an intercept.
Yeah. Boom. Up goes the pack. A lot of fists from the Panthers out to Douglas. Douglas shoots the ball out to a teammate who... The ball was smothered there by Wooldridge, who's having a crack.
That's Butterworth.
Back
Off to Douglas. Kicks to the pocket. That's gone straight through, clean bowled for a behind.
Yeah, and Vimard right with Beach, and he's given him not much room all day, although Beach has kicked 2 goals. He hasn't had a lot of possessions.
2 goals to John O'Beach, though, on a day like today. I mean, any day, really, you'd almost go, would you say you've gone par if you're a defender on that?
Yeah, well and truly. I'm looking more at the number of possessions because Beach is a good user of the football anyway. But he hasn't had much opportunity to use it because he hasn't had it.
So Loxton North about to do a couple of changes on the bench. Only 2 fit players now on the rotation.
Nitschke and Petch about to come back into play.
Loxton North trying to work this one over the back. They all dived on it again. Acaso, he hasn't stopped all day.
He didn't have it.
Eckerman,
yeah.
He'll get the free. Good call. 25 as well.
So a little bit of extra advice for the men in green from some of the men in mauve.
Getting a couple of end of financial year sales going on here this afternoon, aren't we? A couple little kickers.
Yeah, well, there's a
free kick and a 25. Get it before June 30, you're all good.
Yeah, the men in mauve trying to offer the men in light green a little bit of advice. You don't need to do it. Through the ball comes. This time Wooldridge onto it. Thumps it forward. Big fella there couldn't quite pull it in Stevens. Had a go though and back on it. Gee whiz, his effort can't be questioned. Ball shoots out. No, it's kept back into that pack. There'll be a ball up 30 metres out from the Loxton North goals, travelling towards the scoreboard end or the bowling club end.
What would you call? Yes, you could roll with the golf course end, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
the northern end.
Well, it is the only oval that runs the other direction in the Riverland of the
East-West
main clubs.
Yep.
The Big Six, 5-round football. Or McDonald's Renmark.
Ball out on the far side, and Austin taking the ball, getting it clear with a handball. Barmera Monash, easy time for Chris Bonney to have a look up and try and find someone in attack. Looking for Beach, but chopped out by his direct opponent Vumard, and then Sherpick in with the ball. Gets the kick forward for Loxton North, but only as far as the centre. Middleton again with it. No, Austin this time, is it? No, it was Middleton again. Gee whiz, he's had some possessions. He's sneaking up in my Man of the Match, Murray Pioneer Man of the Match award, Lockie.
Okay.
Not a day for big fellas, but he's acquitted himself very, very well.
Well, that's going to be a tough call a little bit later on this afternoon. Into the 50 for Barmera Monash, and that's a mark. And John O'Beach will go back for another shot on goal. He's already kicked 2 today.
Yeah, but from limited opportunities, because Loxton North skipper Cody Vumade has worn him like a glove and kept it away from him on most occasions.
This could be goal number 3 for Beach. He's already leading the Riverland Football League A-grade goal kicking.
Such a good kick too, John O'Beach. Doesn't need a lot of opportunities to hurt you on the scoreboard.
Ball's on the way. Umpire hasn't moved, but it's a minor score.
I saw the head tilt.
I like that. The only thing goal umpires need, Nobby, is the lab coat and the white hat again.
Yep.
That's my call. Anyway.
Yep. The white fedora.
That's what we need more of in Riverland football. Bring it back.
Heritage round.
North with the kick out. Nelson takes it straight up the middle. Good punch forward, though. Barmera Monash try to work this one forward. They can't get too far, and we'll have a ball up just inside the attacking 50 for the Roos.
Yeah, Eckerman in over the footy there again. The three smaller players going hard all day in Masuda Caso, Mason Eckerman and Joel Worsfold done their fair share of work in over the footy.
It's the very better goal of the day award. It's going to be a tough one to pick. Only 6 goals so far for the game.
Oh, I think if we've got it right, I guess we better confirm that Tyler Whitbourne did kick it, because I had him down for potentially the goal of the day, if it was him that kicked it.
Well, it is his first A-grade game, so maybe we'll just give it to him anyway. Into the attacking 50 for Barmera Monash again after it briefly vacated. Umpire says my footy.
Look, Junkyard Jake getting a bit edgy down here on the boundary. I'm not sure why. They're leading by 46 points, Barmera Monash, here on the Value Care scoreboard.
Yeah, a little bit of...
with 8 minutes to play in the last quarter.
Make that 49, because they've just slotted another behind. The rain has now stopped here at the lakeside. Perfect time to launch the boat.
Not time for...
Just kidding.
No time for the sunscreen, though. The lights blaring here at Lakeside Oval and have been on since very early in the day. That's the beautiful thing about LED lights. Don't necessarily cost you a lot to run, and no reason to not put them on.
Not running the metal halides anymore.
No.
A couple of clubs still are. And that's another stoppage. It's pretty much made it, nearly to the defence, nearly to the 50-metre arc after the kick-out.
Yep, and look, like we said, almost a whole quarter of junk time. Nelson with the ball under his left foot this time. Looking wide and finding, I reckon that's Nitsky, is it?
Nitsky, yeah. Played a whole game in the reserves. Got the call up to the A-grade after Scott Lewis did an injury in the warm-up.
Good thing about him is he's played the right sort of footy too. He's kicked it long where he has to. This free kick to Caleb Coney, who will look up. Not many options. Shoots it short to Wooldridge. Good call. He needs to drive it. He's gone short again, this time to Zach Kelly. Keeping possession of the ball, Loxton North on the wing. Looking back up now, he has to go long, but all he can see is Mauve Guernsey. Dodges his play on the mark, shoots the handball across to Wooldridge, comes back onto his left foot, looks up into the Panther forward line.
Hutchinson was there. He was behind his opponent, though. He couldn't get it. They all have a couple of bites at it on the deck, and we'll have a ball up. 35 out from Loxton North's goal. They're still yet to score one this afternoon.
Good thing about that was they were able to clear the defensive line that Barmera Monash have had there all day and at least get it into attacking area. That's a good tackle, but it's high.
So a free kick.
Yeah, it started off a very good tackle, but just slipped up. This is Austin with the football, I reckon.
Just on 7 minutes to go on the 5RM footy clock this afternoon.
No, it wasn't Austin, it was Drugamala. Butterworth, sorry, even. Ball
now on the far back flank. Barmera Monash, a couple of link-up handballs. There's Albrecht. He's backwards. And now they're going on the hockey stick switch, I'll call it, Nobby, where you do a bit of a quick U-turn and go down the other side. And the hockey stick, we'll call it this. Barmera Monash are too good at it.
They're playing keepings off here, but it comes with the risk in wet weather. Well, unfortunately, they get away with that. And a free kick to Barmera Monash at half back for a push in the back.
Now,
Goes for
right in
Fraser
front of us.
Sampson, but that one looks like it's cleared the boundary to me. That would be a free kick for Loxton North.
It's out on the full.
Yep.
Josh Nelson takes the free kick.
Fraser Sampson with some interesting headgears, courtesy of a, will we say, a collision with Loxton North's Ryan Proud earlier in the game. Nice mark there by Wooldridge. Stood in the middle of three Barmera Monash players and brought it down. Needs to go long to the goal square.
And Zach Wooldridge.
Nice kick, finds Petch on a lead behind the pack, and he takes it on the chest. Probably one of the best opportunities Loxton North have had to score a goal.
Coney's kick would have been, one of the behinds would have been from a similar spot in the
Now,
second quarter.
Right in front of us, this kick, just inside the right-hand goalpost, young fella.
Ball's on the way. Looks okay on the boot. It's drifting, but it's made it.
There we go. There's a reward for effort. Dylan Petch kicking Loxton North's first goal of the game and the 7th goal of the game. And that takes the scoreboard to 6 goals, 15-51. Loxton North 1-4-10 on the Value Care scoreboard.
And you heard the horns there. The North supporters are still very much here at the Lakeside.
Yep, unlike the Port Adelaide supporters that left last week's game at three-quarter time and were interviewed crossing the footbridge, Loxton North, they come to play, they come to stay and watch them play.
I like it, Nobby. That's a great saying. We'll get that one on a T-shirt for the 5RM Footy merch range coming later this year. This is 5RM Riverland football for the Riverland Motor Group. The Kia Carnival, the new one, it's arrived. Riverland Kia, East Terrace, Loxton.
New ute coming soon too, Lockie.
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff. Might have to try and get one of those for 5RM Footy.
Will be good. Put all the gear in the back, you nearly need it.
Butterworth now, good kick from the ball up onto Druggermuller. And Barmera Monash go about claiming that 1 goal back. They don't want to lose another quarter. A kick from Wesley around the corner. It's wobbling. It's a
quick answer from the Barmera Monash Roos. Look, a little bit unfortunate there for Monty Wall. He did everything right. He attacked the footy, ran hard at it in front of his opponent, but couldn't quite reel it in. And like it happens, a little bit of leg spin straight over his shoulder to his opponent, Dan Wesley, who kicked the easiest of goals.
And would that be the goal of the day, or are we still going to roll for Berry Better, or are we still going to roll with...
we'll have to roll with that because we don't know who kicked the other one, really.
Tyler Whitbourne.
Yeah, I've given it to him, but we can't be 100% sure.
No one has told us that Tyler Whitbourne hasn't kicked the goal today yet.
No,
so we
true.
roll with that.
Maybe it's a draw. Score 7-15-57 to Loxton North, 1-4-10, a 47-point lead to the Barmera Monash Roos here at Barmera Oval.
Lakeside, that rain has stopped for now. The breeze still a little bit in play, but that mist has just gone away.
Hey, look, it happens here in RFL like it does in AFL. Young Dylan Petch kicks the goal and straight to the bench. What's going on with that?
Yeah, not sure what the go is with that one.
I would have left him out there. If he's the one that's kicked you your first goal, he knows where they are. Well, might kick you your second.
Well, they're lacking 2 rotations at the moment, so I would have thought it might be easy to stay on. Barmera Monash with the clearance. They take the footy to their forward flank. Around the corner they go. Inboard. Mark, no, it can't be taken. Joel Worsfold for Loxton North gets a handball out to Kelly, to Zach Wooldridge. Now Petch off the bench.
He snuck back on.
The goal scorer.
Scordo has been pretty good in Barmera Monash's attack day. That's a nice mark. Butterworth again. Played very well, but didn't use the footy. Didn't even look, I don't think.
As Acaso gets a handball away while he was tackled to Shapley. Sees Scott unchecked and just holds station, still in the centre square. Can North get another one this quarter?
I'll tell you what, fitness is not the question for them because they are finishing okay and the pressure's on. Thought the Loxton North player got a little bit of help under the ball there, Coney, but plenty of Barmera Monash players that take possession. Shoots the ball in to Rory Moore again.
Moore, yeah.
Caught holding the ball this time. Joel Worsfold, he's had a great day for his type of conditions too. Looks up, shoots it out wide. That's Hutchinson. No, it's not. It's Jonah Wooldridge.
Finds Petch. He was pushed off the ball, goes out of bounds, and the Young Charger Award this afternoon, 5RM football. I don't know, it's going to be a tough one. Rory Moore's going to be in there for contention. And
Jonah Wooldridge in his first game, yeah. He started well and he's finishing well.
No Trent Ogle today for Barmera Monash. He's having a run with the West Adelaide under-18s.
Is that right?
Yeah, great to see. So certainly missed by Barmera Monash, though. The other concerning thing for opposition teams is Aidan Hodgson is not playing today for Barmera Monash either.
Yeah, you know, I'm just looking at the big fella for
Fletcher
Loxton North,
too.
Matthew Hampel. He's had about 4 different opponents today, and he's managed to hold up against them all and give North a good look at the footy. He is just a diesel. Isn't he?
He's got a motor, yeah.
He just keeps banging away.
Just kilometre after kilometre. Loxton North now. Joel Worsfold, he was taken high, but umpire says play on. No, it'll come back for a free kick.
I mean, Middleton's had a great game and probably had the better of him, but while Middleton snuck off for a rest, Hamp still had to take on the other 2 or 3 Barmera Monash ruckmen that have come in to do a stint on him. So a pretty good effort from the big fella.
So North now. Joel Worsfold over the attacking 50. Petch. Can he mark
almost.
it? Ball spills out and we'll have a ball in.
He's been their most dangerous looking forward in the absence of Ryan Proud, who left the game halfway through the second quarter, courtesy of a yellow and red card.
First or second?
Second quarter, I think it was.
Okay.
Yep.
It was very early in the match, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Seems like a lifetime ago now.
Yeah, they were going that way, so...
Ball in it is, and 25 out from North's goal. Time ticking down.
Look, they've done what the coach asked of them, Lockie. They've come out and looked for reward for effort, as you saw them at three-quarter time, and they've delivered. Albeit they're not going to win the game, they have not turned up their toes.
57 plays 10 on the Value Care scoreboard. It's going to be win number 9 in a row for the Barmera Monash Roos.
And they are playing the top side at home, at their home ground. So there's some positives you can draw from it for Loxton North.
And I know, and another bit of a scrap out there, and both teams just decide it's too late in the game to worry about that
Do you know
stuff.
how many times we have seen the sling tackle played here today from both sides? So no one side has been at least 10 or 12. Is it time for RFL to start giving players that sling tackle a yellow card to get it out of the game?
Well, it might have to be. Because we saw the flip side of that. Masura Carso give away a free kick for giving a handball out.
That's a nice shot at goal. That's working right.
Tell you what, Joel Worsfold, that's the second goal for Loxton North, and they might be on to win the quarter.
That might just have taken pole position in goal of the day from the right-hand side. He switched that back. A little bit of outswing on that to get it back inside the goals, Lockie.
Set shot on goal. So the second of the game for Loxton North.
With a minute to go.
2 goals, 14, 16. They trail Barmera Monash 7-15-57.
Look, I reckon if they can hang on here for this last minute, they'll have outscored Barmera Monash in this last quarter, and that's a fair effort, and they'll have avoided the 2-goal, 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 which was the par, which I thought was par for the day. So they can probably walk away with a little bit of confidence saying we finished better.
Have Barmera Monash parked the bus, though?
Oh, it doesn't matter. You still keep... And look at the big fella in there after it again, Hampel. Rucking, roving.
North thinking about another. They're going to get a free kick here.
Yeah, this
That's
one's to Hutchinson. He was dealt with pretty roughly. Hey, the other thing you got to like about Hampel's game, and I know I'm talking him up a bit, he was in that goal square and he was applauding that kick through. He's a team man, no doubt about it.
Just looking at Barmera Monash's quarter by quarter here. They've only lost 7 quarters for the year.
Is this potentially another one?
We'll have to do the quick sums, but it could be. Just watching this here, Barmera Monash up to the the far wing, in front of the Memorial Gates, moving it up forward, further towards half forward as Wesley runs onto it. And this might be another entrance into their attacking 50. There's Middleton. He must have heard the call about possibly losing a quarter. Kicks, finds Beach. No, it's not Beach, it's Spilios. Umpire says no, the siren went.
No score.
He's not going to have his kick. Oh, unlucky. Paul Spilios. He took that right on the siren too. There was milliseconds in that, but umpire says no mark. Final scores, Barmera Monash 7-15-57, Loxton North 2 goals 4-16. Win number 9 in a row for Barmera Monash. They stay top. And we will go around the grounds very soon and do the wrap-up from this game. But on the whole, briefly, another big win for Barmera Monash. Trevor Scott in the Connectus 5RM Sideline View studio.